Big smile on your face. It was always nice when you get that first win under your belt in a new job.
Yeah, it's always great to get the wagon rolling, if you like. But that's gone now, and we have to think about the next 3 points and try and go after the next 3 points at Barnsley. So yeah, really good night. Thought the lads played really well, dug in really deep away from home, which is going to be a challenge. But yeah, on to Barnsley we are.
Where's the balance for you coming into the new job? Because you respect what's gone before you, but you obviously have a way that you want to play, but you don't want to confuse the players too much. How's that balance in terms of keeping the ship going but wanting to evolve it towards your direction?
Yeah, I think the key word there is balance. I think they've got some really good attributes from the old management over the couple of years and the last couple of managers that have come in for the lads that work with them. So some really good stuff, and then there's stuff that you want to add all the time, and I think that will take time. I think that's clear, but we have tried to talk about having longer spells in the attacking half with the ball. I call it the tent pegs. Put the tent pegs down and try and do that. So just to try and control a bit more in games, and that's only little bits because it is 2 game weeks, so it's so hard. So again today, a lot of the lads really a recovery day. So you've not got all of them on the grass ready to go.
I mean, a couple of things that are really noticeable is that you're trying to get them to have possession, but not what I call centre-half possession. You sometimes see teams that have 60% possession. If you watch them, this isn't the case of Lincoln actually before you were here, but you'll watch them and they'll have most of it amongst their 3 centre-halves, but you seem to be wanting to do it probably just inside the opposition half.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I think we have to get up the pitch quick. I think we have to be exciting. I still think we have to try and dominate the opposition in different ways. And then, again, when we get there, can we sustain the attacks a little bit longer with our possession and get them into positions that hopefully they can cause some damage.
And you talked to us on Tuesday about being a bit more aggressive with the team, particularly second half in terms of how they play. And then maybe on Saturday, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but streetwise, is that something with a generally younger group of players you feel that's one of your jobs, is to try and get them more attuned to playing men's football and some of the demands of it?
Yeah, I think it's the moment in the game where you have to take a risk to get the ball and try and get the ball back, and then moments in the games where it's too risky and you might get caught positionally. And I think with young players, that's decision making. When you're under the pump a little bit and you've not had the ball, like not selling yourself or sometimes going in and being more aggressive. So just working on those what I call performance behaviours within the game, which we as coaches and players see a lot, and try and work on a lot in terms of stamping our authority without the ball on the game a little bit.
And detail, is that something you work a lot on at this stage? I was reading an article about Unai Emery when he came in at Villa, and one of the things they remarked on is the amount of detail he went through with each player. Is that something that you're doing and looking to do?
Yeah, so every game I work with, I've just been in meetings now working with every individual that's played and even the ones that aren't playing, so they get clips from me all the time at the moment about the little things, the details, the timing of things, the spinning, the amount of touches it takes that slows us down, where we want to play when we've got the ball, all those little things, and also like within the structure, how they have to perform their little bits and roles with their detail to get to sort of, I say, the best version of themselves. So how do they be the best version of themselves within a team structure?
So with the support team that you have, since Tuesday, would they have put together some, under your direction, some compilations based on the last couple of games and saying, this is where you were, this is where I need you to be, that sort of thing?
So you're talking about the analyst team?
Yeah,
we do that together. We've got a great Logan here who leads that job. He's fantastic. We've got some other analysts that work with that. So we look at the stats, we look at the data. We know as a review what's going on. I think the team that Lincoln's built in what I call performance services are really good, really hard-working, really honest, and that supports the technical staff to try and improve every day, and it supports the players to try and improve every day. And for me, it's about what you see on a Saturday is a product of what you do every day. Win or lose, like that, everyone's trying to win, but what we do every day you should see on the pitch, really.
You got your hands tied a little bit at the moment with the amount of players out. Of course, Sean Rowan back available, Pordy still out, and other players still injured. On the injured players, any sign, any light at the end of the tunnel that can cheer up some fans and hopefully cheer you up a little bit on it?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a good news story. Teddy Bishop, is back on the grass. We'll see for Saturday. It might be too early. He might be okay. But yeah, he's the one that sort of the good news story really. The rest are sort of still working hard to get back.
But it gives players opportunities, and what must have really pleased you on Tuesday was Jovan. I felt it was his best performance I've seen in the first team for Lincoln City, and he was allowing the other players to get into the game, getting you down the pitch. You must have been pleased with him.
I was really pleased. I was really pleased with Jovan's performance when he came on. We talked about subs impacting the game. I think at any level now, with the amount of changes that teams can make, the game's changed. And it's not just one or two subs, it's like you can change 5 players, which the intensity of the game changes. So subs have to, I call them finishers, they finish the game. So they're not subs, they finish the game for you, so they have to impact. And I thought Danny, I thought Jack Burrows defensively, I thought Jovan actually, when all 3 of them came on, they did really, really well. Like you're saying, Jovan led the line well and was a different feel for their centre-halves all of a sudden with his strength. But really pleased.
Be close to a capacity on Saturday, certainly north of 9,000. Not a bad way to make your debut at the Bank.
Yeah, amazing. That's great to hear. I think the staff have been telling me it'd be big numbers, so it'd be great to hear the atmosphere there, and really looking forward to it, I'm sure. But more than anything, I know the players love playing in front of a big crowd, and you can see the energy in the game, hopefully from the lads to drive them on.
Off the pitch, Barnsley have had a turbulent week with what's happened in the FA Cup. I'm not asking you to answer about that, but obviously that might have some impact on the players with the result that they've had. But in terms of the league, they're just above us in the table, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're going strong. I think they're doing really well. You see some of their results. I think it's going to be a tough game. They had a game in the midweek where they got beat, but they made a lot of changes, and I think it looks to me like they're prioritising the league. So I think they'll bring a strong team again. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough game.